Hi, this is Guy Anonymous. I am here to show you how I made my massive spawner here. I'm just going to start this one up because I just switched it to normal difficulty. I'm going to show you how I built this thing first while those things start to populate. So I've duplicated this over here using MCedit, exactly the same, except I've completely replaced one wall with glass. So let me show you what the inside of this looks like. Oh crap. I'm going to switch this back to peaceful for a sec. There we go. That's the last thing I wanted to show you was those guys attacking me. I was hoping my torches in here would keep it from going. So all I've done here is I've created a series of staggered steps. Touching every single one, there's a nice little ramp right in between. And the whole building, I don't know if you need this much, but it's built out of mossy cobblestone. You know, I tend to go overkill when I do things. So you can see it's just an empty room. And then at the bottom, there's 1, 2, 3, if I was to build an extra one there, a drop of 3. And here's how I build this. This isn't usually there, it's my escape for later. The outside's just pretty, but the inside, if you look at it from the side, it's that shape, and it could be 2 wide, or 10 wide, or 50 wide, whatever you want. I find if I go too wide, or too big, or too high, they don't spawn quite right. I also found, because I built the staircase that way, if I'm standing here, they try to go this way. They try to come to me, and we're avoiding the water. And that's why I've added some extra water spigots down the center here. So what I do to get this thing going, I add some water there, and there, and there. It has to be there or else it'll flood the tops and then they don't spawn properly. And there. And so whenever something spawns and gets off, as soon as it steps off of it, either goes that way, or if it touches the water, it gets pulled down. And it just gets pulled very quickly down here. So I'm going to drop down. This is the last spot I add the water. Add one there, and there, and there. All the way across. Oops. If I add them in not quite the right order, then the stuff gets trapped. Oh shoot, I might have messed that up, but anyway. And it will just land straight down. Right now, I believe everything will get pushed out. So let's add the glass back. So there's the basic monster trap. If I turn this one on right now, oh, I better close the exit here. Options. Hard spawns them actually. I'll just keep it on normal. You can see how fast they start to spawn. Save and quit. Back to game. Okay. So let's just see. You see, they already started spawning. They're just going to hop around, and they get pushed into the water, and either on their own, or because of the weight of others on them, they get pushed to the bottom, and they drown. Now, the one behind me should be spawning too. But essentially, that shows you. You see, they're even all trying to run to me right now, so they're hopping, but there you go. As soon as they hit the water, they're out of luck. Now, I've added this on the outside so that I could, on my covered one, come up to the top, run down a darkened tunnel of sorts, and I can just watch them. They can all get attracted to me up here and run straight to the water. This was my first attempt to get them to run into the water, but I don't want to hang around. So when I run back down, let's do this the quick way. I can just stand here and watch. And yeah, let's see how many have been spawned so far. So when I run along here, definitely not a shortage. Those are just for noise. But what I like is, I believe, yeah, they just rest on the outside edge. Now, ultimately, my goal is to build 4 of these in a circle around a central spot and have all of this with water get pushed to one spot, one square where I can stand, and they get fed to me. For now, this will do. Although it's kind of ironic. You use a cheat editor, or an editor, to build something like this. when you could just as easily just give yourself all the gunpowder you want. But somehow this is more fun. I also built a little viewing area on the outside if you want to get closer for your view of them. Again, this is part of my test, but I decided to leave it. Or I could just stand here and watch them drown, watch their sad faces, and really, all in all, enjoy their soon-to-die, their soon-to-be deaths. Anyway, this was Guy Anonymous. This was another quick tutorial on how to build a monster spawner. It works for everything but slime, and I can't figure out how to spawn slime yet. And I don't know if spiders would work in this one or not. Oh, to place the spawns, I've been using MCedit. I place the spawns, but then I find they're not activated. They actually just produce pigs or nothing. And so I've gone into LolEditor. You use the map editor, switch to dungeon mode, which is means clicking on the bottom. Use A or Z, I believe it is, to find the level of the map you need to edit. And it's, numbers 1 through 128, I believe. You can keep running around, so it's boring to listen to just me talk. You can keep, and then once you see it, you'll see red dots, red squares, one for each of the spawns. And you click on that red square, and then you have a choice of what you want it to spawn. It's very convenient for making all these farms, things like that I'd made over here on the other side, and each one of those buildings was a spawner of its own. I'll probably try and tackle a spider spawner next, but I wasn't pleased with my design because the water wasn't flowing right, so I'm going to try and improve that. Anyway, hope this helps. Have a great day.